But it's a serious question. Why y'all kids have to ask y'all to get something out the pantry or the refrigerator? Especially if you only have 1 to 2 kids. People who lock up their refrigerator or don't let their kids get what they want when they want scare me. Right, my face exactly.
Daddy, where's mommy?
Welcome back, parents. Deep breaths.
We know you've had a day.
Because we had one too. But thank you for tuning in to Let Me Tell You Why I Hate My Kids, the only parenting podcast that lets you know that you're not crazy.
But them kids are.
They definitely are.
They've been crazy.
We're back with another episode, of us telling you why we hate so much, hate the things our kids do. Not really hate how much they are, but hate the things they do.
We hate who they making us be.
Right. We hate the gray hairs they have formed on my beard.
Showing up in my beard. I'm trying to hide the ones in my hair.
Hey.
I just, I didn't think I would grow up to be this person. But they bring it out of me.
They really got it out of me. In many ways and forms, situations that we can't say on the podcast.
We can't say on the podcast because the FCC want to let me be and let me be me, so let me see. They try to shut me down on MTV. That's some old school Eminem for those who don't know. For those of you who are uninitiated.
I was uninitiated. I've never heard that lyric, but okay.
Oh, well.
But we'll go ahead and jump right into our podcast this week. We thank you so much for being here. We love when you do tune in.
Our audience has grown.
It has grown.
We stretched to Mississippi. We went to Alabama. Now we're in southern Georgia. So keep growing. Keep growing. We thank everybody for your engagement. It makes this all worthwhile. Sharing your stories, your hilarious stories. And as we said before, this is a support group.
Yes, it's a therapy session for me.
It's a therapy session because who else? I can't scream at them because they won't understand. So,
and I don't want the neighbors calling the cops.
Don't want neighbors calling the cops again.
So we come talk to y'all about all these problems that we have in our household. Hopefully that we can share some type of cheer, some type of grin on your face. To let you know that you're not in this alone.
You're not in
we
this
all
alone.
going through this together. Parents, we up.
Parents, we up.
Don't let them kids get you down. We up.
Don't let them tell you otherwise. We up.
We matter.
We matter. Parents matter.
Yes, but we are on another episode. You know how we started off with our top five, where I come out with a top 5 category, and Kenny has to guess it. This week is very easy.
Okay, I like that.
But this week, I think we're going to try to do it in order.
Oh, gosh, okay.
So this week's top 5 is top 5 crayon colors kids fight over, according to teachers, parents, and crayon sales. So they're saying if we dumped out a bunch of a box of crayons in the middle of the floor, what color would kids fight over the most?
I feel like you have to go with the basics on this.
Basics.
Red.
Okay, what would you put red in?
I'm biased because red is my favorite color, but I would say 1.
Red is number 1.
Red number 1.
We on the road. What we got at number 2? Number 2 is a trick.
Oh.
I wouldn't go with
I was about to go with the obvious.
Yeah,
okay.
Don't go with the obvious.
Okay, it's a trick, but don't think too hard.
Don't think too hard. I wouldn't go with the obvious.
Don't go with the obvious. I would say green.
Ooh, good guess, but no. Green did not make the list.
Green didn't make the list at all?
No. So you know green's not on the list.
Because I was going to go with blue.
Blue did not come in at number 2.
Black.
Black came at number 2.
Okay, black, yeah.
I don't know why black would be.
Well, if you the way I used to color, I take the black crown and outline everything.
Well, we're talking about kids in kindergarten. I mean, they're going for
they just
going for bright colors.
Yeah,
I don't understand how black got number 2, but understandable. Okay, we got red at number 1, black at number 2. What we got at number 3? Blue comes in at number 3.
Okay.
Number 4 is a doozy.
Number 4 is a doozy.
A doozy. Did not see this on the list. Did not see this making the list.
But, brown.
Brown would be a good one. Brown didn't make the list.
Brown didn't make the list. That's racism.
Brown did not make the list.
Y'all teach y'all kids to be accepting of brown, okay?
Brown is more of I would say a girly color.
More of a girly color?
That's what that'll be an easy one.
All right. We got red, black, and blue, yellow.
Yellow. No, yellow did not make the list.
Pink.
Pink is number 4.
Pink, number 4.
Number 4.
Probably because a lot more girls are coloring.
I would see that. I could see that. I can see. I'm not mad at number 4.
I ain't mad at number 4.
Number 5. I don't think you're gonna get that.
White.
White did not make the list. I don't know why. No, white didn't make the
Well,
list.
it's a hard color to color. Yeah, because if it's white, you're not going back over it with white. But I'm just trying to be outside the box.
Okay.
All right. Red, black, blue, pink, purple.
Purple did not make the list.
Is it like a
It's a
basic color, or it's like
it's basic, but it's
because you know how some
not in the rainbow.
You know how some it's not in the okay. Because you know how some colors be like red sienna,
no, it ain't
like
it's
that.
Not like that. It's not like that. It's not in the rainbow.
It ain't in the rainbow.
Can you name the colors in the rainbow? Because I can't.
Roy Biv. Red, orange,
I
yellow,
saw
green,
a YouTube video. Yeah.
Blue, indigo, violet.
I did, yeah.
Roy Biv.
Yeah.
Thanks, Miss Carter.
I think I learned that
Old science
Roy
teacher
on Magic School Bus.
Magic School Bus probably had it. Yeah.
But somebody, I saw a YouTube video on that, and it brought me back to that. That's how I remember.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's how I always remember what's in the rainbow.
Yeah, but it's not on the
But
rainbow.
it's not a rainbow color.
It's not a rainbow color.
All right. What about like sky blue or something like that?
No,
If you have a landscape color.
Hold on. No, it's not on
Not on the list.
No, it's not on the list.
Dang.
There's one color you haven't said. Think of a sparkly color.
Sparkly color. Silver.
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 They put silver and gold. Silver and gold for all the people in church.
For all the church folks.
But yeah, silver and gold came at number 5. So that rounded out the top 5 of everybody. Crayons kids fight over. The top 5 is red, black, blue, pink, and blue or pink, gold, and silver. So
And
that came in.
If you were poor, instead of using silver, you use gray.
Yes.
Yeah,
because we didn't have silver.
We didn't have silver.
Yeah, it was great. But yeah, I understand. But yeah, that was the top 5 this week. It was a nice little segment.
That was cool.
Yeah.
I was probably the most surprised at pink.
Yeah, I can see it's a bright
what are you
color.
coloring as? Flowers, I guess. Cause what are you really coloring as pink?
Right. Pink is not the first thing I would go to.
That wasn't the first. Yeah, I ain't fighting nobody over pink.
All right. New segment that we go into next is trending topics. So we did see a video this coming up weekend. I don't know if it came out this weekend or if there's been a video and it's just resurfacing. I think it's been out for a while, but it's just coming back again. Of a kid having a birthday party at Chuck E. Cheese. I know everybody's seen the video, but we'll show it to you anyway. Of a kid having a birthday party, and they sing a happy birthday, and the kid comes over and blows out the candle. It was just...
I mean, was he even a part of the party?
And it just looked like everybody looked. It was another one that I wanted to look at was this one here with the girl. And it's like, oh.
Snatched the snatching. Oh, God.
Yeah.
Now it
They
turned
gotta
to a
put
brawl.
phones down.
Yeah, put phone. It done got serious. Except the person's still recording, of course.
Yes. So initial reactions on that.
Man, like the one at the Chuck E. Cheese party, I don't know if he was a part of the party or not. He was just another kid at Chuck E. Cheese. But
it just looked like he was another party at Chuck E. Cheese.
He wasn't a part of their party.
Like,
who kid is this? Like, and that'd be that kind of stuff. Like, how you keep your composure as a parent?
Yeah.
Like, we having a moment with my kid. Even if you were a kid invited, like you know better than this.
Right.
But especially you some random kid run up in here, blow and walk away. Like my hand would just naturally react to scoop him up at his neckline.
Yeah.
And so and then the parent, but then that's altercation.
I saw the parent,
his parents coming over.
reaction. The parent came back and said that you're at Chuck E. Cheese. what do you expect?
No, I expect you to have raised a decent kid.
Right.
Like you don't know us.
Clearly.
Assuming he
Clearly
wasn't
you
part
don't
of the
know.
party.
He wasn't part of the party. Clearly.
What you mean? What I expect? I expect you to have reins on your kid.
The only thing I can think about is
See, that's kind
this
of turns to a
boy
fight.
just spit all over my kid's cunt. Because now I just see the spit all
Right.
over the. He's just blowing. No, it's spit coming
It's
out
spit
of
in
there.
there. Kids don't know how to just blow air. It's some spit in there.
It's just the fact that everybody looked away. Everybody looked at the kid like, what just happened?
Right.
And I don't even think it got that serious because kids. I don't think kids take it that serious. Well, clearly,
The two girls fighting.
The girls was fighting, but I don't think kids take it that serious. I think the parents looked at it like, what just happened?
Well, you know what? When you add the context about the kid parent coming over talking about it's Chuck E. Cheese, what expect. That for me, that's what would have caused the fight.
Yeah.
Cause don't just come poo poo.
Yeah.
Yeah. Excuse me.
Yeah.
I don't know.
The reaction.
I'm not wrapped too tight.
The mother's reaction was, "You're at Chuck E. Cheese. What do you expect? My kid did nothing wrong.
See, that's that kind of stuff.
And you're at Chuck E. Cheese. If you didn't want something like that to happen, you should have just had it at home." That was her response. Her words, not mine.
And how do you keep your hands off people at that point?
Right.
Like I don't understand. Like
these type of people live in society.
kudos to them for keeping their composure.
Yes.
But I'm asking where your husband is because I'm about to fight him. I can't hit you because you're a woman. Or it's frowned upon anyway.
And when I looked at the video, I just was thinking like, how would I respond? I don't know.
I probably wouldn't have responded to the kid, but when the mama came over and said what she said, that's what would have caused the fight. Just say sorry and keep playing, and we would have moved on. But you want to come over here and do like a role reversal and be like, you should have had it at your house anyway. Like, what is that? So now I'm going to find out where you stay, find out where you live, and every time your kid have a birthday party, I'm going to blow out his candles and say, what do you expect? I mean, that's the only natural reaction. That's the only natural reaction.
We do not support stalking any kind of way. Just a disclaimer.
But raise your kids better, and I won't have to stalk you. I won't have to, because it's wherever you live is public information. I can find it. It's public information. I can find it. So if you don't want to deal with me blowing out your kid candle or even your candles, you need a better grip on your kid.
I feel like I need to also reinstate that we do not support threats of any type of sort.
That's not a threat. That's a promise. Our legal department.
As we talk about this.
Did you have a look at
The little cartoon.
We'll be right back.
We'll be right back. We're trying to grow a brand here.
We go on commercial at this point. That's what we go on commercial.
Oh, we just lost a couple followers. Please come back to
Here's
us.
a Little Caesars ad.
Yeah, Little Caesars and condos. So please keep on supporting.
Man. But for real,
man, raise your kids right. Have a little decency, man, because it's just it's just the 1, 2, or 3% people that feel like they can do anything in this world and just not get in any type of trouble or any consequences.
That 1, 2, 3% where you should have thought about a person like me when you played this. What?
Right.
Just say sorry.
That's all.
Just say I'm so sorry. And I might offer you a piece of cake out. The piece he spit on.
Right. It's not that big of a deal.
It ain't that deep.
It's not that big of a deal, but it happens. I understand you can't control your kids in every aspect because trust me, I try to get Chloe what right every day, and I teach her right at home, but she still go out and do her own thing. She gonna do what she want to do. Hey, I understand it. So the little kid coming over, but have some type of decency to make the kid apologize, let him know that there is
right. Like you shouldn't do that. Right. Because now he grow up to be obnoxious douche as an adult.
Right.
And he must say, "Well, you want to fight about it?" You throw a little hand sign.
Yeah.
You want to fight about it?
He fighting you now. He got you in the corner, curled up, all in a fetal position.
And it started at Chuck E. Cheese.
It started at Chuck E. Cheese.
That's the lesson.
That's the lesson here. So raise your kids right.
Raise your kids right.
Raise your kids right.
And
that's all.
And teach them. A thing that I've had to teach my kids is time and place.
It's a time and a place.
It's a time and place.
I've heard that so many times.
It's time and place, and that wasn't the time. It may have been the place, but that wasn't the time. So raise your kids better, and then don't come up to me and don't think you say
It
something douchey like that, and you ain't gonna get
It
swung
just
on.
also shows like maybe the kids ain't that kid that blew out the candle is not being appreciated enough. Because the fact that you had to blow somebody else's candles out kind of lets me know that you haven't ever had a
You
birthday
haven't
cake.
had a cake to blow out your own candle, so now
That's what it looks
you
like.
taking it out on the world.
Yeah.
That's how
That's how
them inside palm people be raising them serial killers, man.
I was just it's crazy how we think that's how it starts.
Sprinkling the seeds.
That's how it starts.
That's how it starts.
It just starts building from there. Now he's building bombs in the garage, and now he's sniping people through. That was a black man.
That was a black dude
Okay.
in the back of the car.
That did it. That's another commercial break. Since we didn't get that wrong.
But that's one out of how many though?
Yeah.
I mean, so
Yeah, but moral of the story: raise your kids right, bruh. You are wrong for blowing out
you
somebody else's
wrong.
candle.
You wrong.
But
You wrong. And you see other Chuck E. Cheese birthday party videos where it be a brawl. That's probably how it starts. That's probably how each one of them brawls start. Kid came and blew out a candle, and then the parents just come over like, "What do you expect?"
What do you expect?
And then that's how the fight started. And then somebody pop in. I bet you wonder how I got here. As they get drugged.
Yeah.
I bet you wonder how I got here. Yeah, you ain't tell your
it
kid that was
started
wrong.
with a little kid.
It started because your kid a douche.
A douche.
A douche.
If you want to know what that word actually means in layman terms,
I've called my own kids douches. So stop being a douche to your brother. And my mama hated it, but I'm like, that's he being a douche right now.
I don't think I've ever called my kids a douche.
I don't call mine a douche. All right. Question of the week. Now, especially since the kids are home over the summer, and you may be home with them because you work or whatever. But it's a serious question. Why y'all kids have to ask y'all to get something out the pantry or the refrigerator? Especially if you only have 1 to 2 kids. People who lock up their refrigerator or don't let their kids get what they want when they want scare me. Right, my face exactly. My face exactly. So this has been pretty engaging.
I can just imagine the responses on that.
So now,
First, okay.
You go ahead.
Can we see the person that wrote the question?
They kind of. It's a black person.
Okay.
I don't know if they're real, but
Interesting.
Interesting.
Okay, I would want to know the responses.
So somebody first, like, not being disrespectful, but
Right.
are you a mom?
Right. That's
Kids have no self-control depending on age. I've literally brought an assorted box of chips, let's say 24. By the evening, it's 3 left.
it's 3 left. It's right. And it's chips everywhere. You clearly don't got kids.
So one reason, saving them from themselves and their health, discipline, and other things that's more profound than control over food. My daughter's 12, can cook on her own. My twin sons are 9, and they have to ask me because they will run the whole pantry in one day.
Yes, that's the reason.
That's the answer right there.
I mean, you're going to get 50 parents saying the same
As
thing.
we say all the time, kids have no morals.
They will eat the whole, like you say.
They're going to eat it all.
They will eat all of it
Matter
in
of
one
fact,
night.
personal story. We just got grocery delivery today. A thing of Oreos, the birthday cake, and it maybe it hurt me because it's my favorite snack. The birthday cakes, stuffed Oreos or whatever. Got them today. You know how they have them in sleeves and like 2 or 3. It's 3 rows, 1 row left. We just got them today. And it's my fault. I was home working. They were pretty much unsupervised most of the day. I was in meetings and stuff like that. So I go in the pantry. I say, "Ooh, Oreos!" I pick up the pack. It's light. Open it up. I know y'all playing. Somebody.
You
playing
have to save them from themselves because they don't know. They will literally, like the lady said, eat the whole 24 packs of chips that you thinking that's gonna last me at least 2 weeks.
Right. It's 3 about even. So there are answers. Kind of in agreement.
Okay, I want to hear those.
One person said, and they must not have kids either. It's child abuse, and for the people saying kids will eat everything that's on the parents for not teaching children self-control and portion control.
Clearly, She don't got
you don't have
kids.
kids.
She don't have kids.
Clearly, you don't have kids.
Yeah.
So in response to that, again, this was a very engaging question. So in response to that person talking about his child abuse, so somebody said, so we're supposed to teach them self-control and portion control, but it's a child abuse to actually teach them self-control and portion control. Make it make sense.
Make it make sense. It doesn't.
Like
People don't have kids that. I don't understand how it's child abuse. Like, I saw something on TikTok recently about that where the lady said when their kid goes to the pantry and gets something out the fridge, they get 1 bag of chips a day. And after that bag of chips, you eating fruit, snacks, the rest of the day. You ain't getting nothing else. So you can have a bag of chips, but after that, you're eating healthy foods the rest of the day. So it just depends on when you want to eat.
You know, a funny story about that from when I was a kid. So when my mom bought snacks or cookies or whatnot, let's use cookies for example, regular Oreo sized cookies. Mm-hmm. It's 4 of us, me and 2 sisters and a brother. Mm-hmm. So we had a rule: you get 4 cookies a day.
Yeah.
So you grab them at one time. That's your 4 cookies. As a let's say 40-year-old man, I still get 4 cookies at a time. That's just stayed with me.
Stay with you the whole time.
Life. That's discipline and portion control. 4 cookies. That's all. And now my kids, I gotta get down to the bottom of this Oreo thing today. But 4 cookies a day. That's it. And then of course, you know how much you know how much food costs.
Right.
So to fill the pantry or the refrigerator with whatever, and it's going in a day. My mama will go to the grocery store. You eat it all in 2 days, you're just going to be hungry the rest of the week. I'm not going back to the store until it's time to go back to the store with the end of the week or whatever the case may be. But the person who asked that question.
That is crazy. Like,
I don't understand.
I just can see my kids, and they will literally go, just like the whole thing we had the topic on last week. That kids will go in the pantry and get a bottle of water and drink half of it and just set it, and it go nowhere. And they'll do the same thing with chips.
Right.
My girls, they go to the pantry, get a bag of chips, eat one, do a cartwheel, run a while, jump on the bed, jump over here, come back and eat a chip, and then leave the rest right there.
Leave the rest.
This is why they can't go to the pantry. This is why you have to ask. Because I need to know how many times you're going in and out this pantry. Yes, you can go get you a bag of chips. It's not child abuse. Yes, you can have something to eat. I understand we got snacks for that.
Right.
But when you coming back time after time after time after time, no.
And then too is okay. So they have breakfast, you get lunch,
right,
and then you get dinner. Well, you know, kids will eat snacks all day.
Right.
So when it's time to give them a nutritious dinner or a nutritious
meal,
they
don't want to eat that.
They don't want to eat it.
Right.
Because they hopped up on snacks all day. Then when they teeth are starting to rot,
bro,
and you wondering why they got such bad teeth? Because you let them uninhibited into the pantry.
You know what I hate is when conscious people that have sense, debate with people that you clearly this is not an issue. This is not even an argument.
This isn't even a thing.
This shouldn't even be a topic.
I find myself not engaging in social media debate for that very reason. I'm like, because it's an old saying, never argue with the fool because
you don't know who the fool is when the person
people won't tell who is who.
Yes.
So it's like, I'm not going to go back and forth with you on something that's so stupid, so obviously stupid, because now I'm getting riled up. And I don't know. And your goal is probably just that,
just to get somebody riled up
with something,
because they was denied food at their age, so they're not gonna.
And it's trauma for them.
And it's trauma
because everything is trauma nowadays.
And it's comical. It's stupid, bro.
And some of these comments, like anybody else feel like she a little slow. Listen, people can be ruthless, but I'm gonna allow it because that was like a dumb question to ask. Like,
I would want to
why
know,
your kids
like,
gotta ask what you mean? Because they don't pay for nothing.
They don't pay for it. That's why.
They don't pay for nothing. That's why they gotta ask.
Yeah, I want a fixed income. I ain't got time to be going back to Walmart.
I'm in between paychecks this week. I don't get paid. Everybody got time.
Yeah, I got $50 in my account. I just spent $20 on these chips, and you telling me this go to the day? That's why.
That's
You want
why.
to have me cursing on this damn podcast.
You don't pay for nothing over here.
don't pay for nothing.
why they gotta ask.
Why they gotta
Get
ask?
out of here, man.
Man, you crazy, bro.
That's crazy. Yeah.
Shoot, they gotta ask to close their door around
They
here.
gotta ask to
You
close
talk
their
about
door.
that's a whole nother topic. They gotta ask for everything because they're not of legal age to do things on their own. They gotta ask for everything, not just food.
Because right now they're a liability.
They're a liability.
They're a liability
Yes.
to my budget.
Yes. Now you know, like you say, what they say in the house. If you get your own stuff, you buy your own stuff. You can eat it however you want to. You do what you want to
If
do.
it's coming out of my pocket, I get to regulate
Yeah,
that.
like they say,
And
it's
I'm not
my
going to the grocery
roof,
store.
my roof, my rules.
I truly feel like, this may be another topic for another episode because I don't want to get the
I don't want to get riled up
I
on
don't
this.
get
man.
around though, but I truly, if I had the resources to pay for an independent study to see where between generational parents where the ball was dropped between
Yes.
in parenting, because I don't know why this new crop of parents seem to have taken every tip and trick that was used to parent them as a trauma response.
Right.
And so now they got kids, they just let them do anything
let them do.
apparently.
Right.
And when your kid have diabetes because
Right.
you're not regulating whatever
Right.
they eat. Because
This is why we have shows of my 600-pound sister.
Again, I can't even watch that show for real because why you eating 12 omelets?
Kitty, why? Why?
Why is this your breakfast? Why you eat 12 omelets? I don't understand. Why you stood there in front of that stove and kept making omelets?
Why, Kitty?
Going through 2 cases of egg. You didn't feel like that was too
Right.
much?
3 boxes of pizza.
Right.
Why are you doing this to yourself?
Oh my gosh.
And still be hungry.
And got the nerve to make me feel sorry for these people on this show. By the
Yes.
end of the episode, I feel sorry for them. No, they did this to themselves.
This is why you can't go to the pantry
That's
because
why
you
you
can't.
can't go to the pantry.
Because you can't control your own. You can't control
You
it.
can't control yourself.
You can't control it, so I'll control it for you.
it.
Either I let you eat all the food and we run out of money and you starve then later on, or you starve until dinner time later on at night.
And then there's even double judgment. It's judgment either way because now I got an overweight kid and you looking at me like, why you let your kid get like he's 8? Why he weigh the same as a grown man? Now you looking at me like so.
Because I don't put a lock on my pantry.
So
I let him do what he want to do.
So which one is it?
Which one you want?
Which one is it? Oh, let them eat everything, but then I also become a drill sergeant parent and make them run laps around the house because to keep them from getting fat. So it's a dumb question. I don't know why I read it.
I don't know why I let that get to me because they clearly don't have kids. Clearly, I understand.
Clearly don't have kids, man.
I understand how it is, but
I know
that
y'all new
was
age parents. You trying
gentle
to be your kid,
parenting,
trying to be your kid friend,
right? All that good
all
stuff.
that good
but
stuff. But
I'm still living on the old school.
you
Man.
got to be somebody got to be the adult in the room at some point.
Anyways,
That's the question of the week.
Question of the week. Moving on to weekly recap. So, how was your week this week, my boy?
My week this week, honestly, I've been present but not present because work has been working me this week. Mm-hmm. They are making me earn it, and I don't know if I like that. It's the summertime; everybody's supposed to kind of be chill,
Right.
But here I am working mad hours and stuff like that. So I've been present but not really engaged. My son though, my oldest son, he started, he's heading into high school next year, so he started training in football, conditioning stuff, lifting weights. Well, one thing that did happen, so I'll take him up there and I'll hang around and watch a little bit, the field work.
This is first year in high school?
Yeah,
Ninth grade? Okay.
He's about to be in 9th grade. So
He trying to go for varsity or junior
yeah,
varsity?
trying to go for varsity. So now, granted,
What's the position?
running back.
Okay.
At least that's what he's trying out for right now. But this was last week, at the end of last week. So I'm watching them, in the field work, doing drills. They running, they doing handoff and cuts, and he loafing. Excuse my French, he's half-assing. And I recorded him so that I got something to show, so I can show him when I'm going off on him.
Okay.
And he now running through the line. he kind of just jogging everywhere. It's a couple drills that he just hung out in the back and just didn't go. So I'm sitting on the other side of the field. Took everything in me not to just yell from across the field, "Hey, what's wrong with you?" Like taking everything in me not to show out right there at the field. But we got in the car and I chewed him out.
As you should.
Because it's, to me, even if I know you coming into high school and you're trying to learn or whatever, and I tell them, but the one thing you can control is your effort.
Yep.
You know,
Ray Lewis.
It's one thing to make mistakes, right? But go 100 miles per hour while making a mistake. We can fix mistakes. We could, you'll learn skill. You'll learn the plays. But don't combine mistakes and lack of effort.
My thing is taking a different route or looking at a different angle.
Mm-hmm.
Is this something that he wants to do, or is this something that you want, or he knows that this is something that you may want him to do?
And that's the thing too. Far as it's presented to me, this is what he want to do. So because I
mean, you know your kids,
but I told him before, don't do anything because that's what you think I want you to do. Do what you find your own passion or whatever. Just because I like Donnie. Football, right?
And I don't think Donnie wants to do this.
And which I've given him outs. I'm like, if you don't want, because I'm letting him know up front the commitment that's required. The work that's required. So we can find you something else to be passionate about, but don't waste my time. Come on my field, in my domain, my house, and give that kind of, because I'm going to expect you. I'm going to want you to be your best, to try your best at all times. And it ain't just football. That's with anything.
Anything, right?
I want you to try your best, do your best at all times. And so, and that was more so my message. I'm like, I don't care if it's football, wrestling, swimming, t-ball, badminton, swimming, whatever it is you choose to do. I'm going to still expect your best effort. Right. The only thing you can control is effort. And so, like I said, I chewed them out. And kids being kids, you going off Red, they just looking at you.
Did he cry? Oh, no, he just looking.
He's just looking at. So now I don't know if you taking it.
Yeah.
I don't even know if you hear me. I'm just being a crazy person over here.
All you got is the little, we gonna shut up.
And I'm like, you hear me? Yes, sir. That's I don't really know. And so... but it's different life lessons that I feel like you learn from sports, in general, just general life lessons, how to overcome adversity, how to push through discomfort, how to push yourself, to be, and that competitive fire that, you probably will need to accomplish the things you want to accomplish in life. And so just from that practice day, and that I'm like, I don't care how else you perform. You may not be the best, you may not be the fastest, you may not be the strongest, but never let nobody out effort you. Don't let your lack of success be from a lack of trying. And so, and he's getting older, so he like I said, he's heading to high school. So I got a smaller window of time now to shape him up to be a man. A man released out into the world and have these characteristics about him to have a fulfilling life, whichever way he decided to go. But these are just things that will just apply to life in general, not just for football. And effort is one of them. I don't care what it is you do in your life. You got to try your best to be successful at it. So that's the one part of the week I was engaged in because I was working so much this week.
And it's crazy that the way you said it, because that just made me think of my dad, because we had the best conversations after practice. He getting on me about this or that, and that just reminded me of my dad. So it's crazy how he keeps coming up. But yeah. But
and as an adult now, that stuff makes sense though now, right? It's like
it makes sense.
All that stuff we talked about, like, dang, Dad, I may not have received it then, or I may have just like, okay, Dad, you know how we do, okay, Dad, okay, but I'm sure those are things that
But I know that'll be a moment that he remembers, because I still remember the talks that
remember me going off on.
Not really the going off, but I just now that my dad is gone, I remember the talks that we had every day or every after practice drive back home or after every game, every loss, every win. It's just that stays with me. So yeah, I cherish those moments now. Now, in the moment when he was going off on me because I didn't do this, I didn't do that.
Right.
I'm sure I'm like Donnie, like okay, whatever.
You just staring
yeah.
at the face.
Yeah, it don't really hit you until you know.
Hit you till
later. Whatever. But I understand. But yeah, that's cool. But I don't see Donnie as a.
That's what he say he
He
wants to
say
do.
I feel like he feels the pressure of you playing football. He's going to lie to you as much as he possibly can and say this is his dream.
Between you and me, all my eggs is in the tray basket anyway. But if he want to play, whatever he want to do, I'm all supportive for it, But the message is the same across the board. Effort. It's all about effort, So I try to make that when I talk to him, not more so like about football, but just about an approach to life, So, but that was a seminal moment too. Matter of fact, I was after the call, after we got home, I'm on the phone with my dad, like, Dad, you have to push me. If I knew I wanted to be good at it, and he like, yeah, you got out there. And he come with the whole approach, well, your son not you. I know that, and I ain't trying to make him me. But
right.
This is just that. But he said the same thing. You didn't tell him wrong, though. You didn't tell him wrong. So
yeah,
I felt
your dad a drill sergeant.
Justified. Yeah, my dad a drill sergeant. But I felt justified in my rant.
As you
on
should.
The ride home from practice.
Sometimes you just got to be reminded.
You got to be reminded.
Did I go too hard on him?
Yeah.
Let me just find out. No, I didn't.
Right. I got to get that feedback. Like, well, this is what I said. And I may have slipped in the cuss word a couple times,
This is what I said. Okay.
But here's the situation.
He trying to smooth it out. I did kind of go a little hard.
Trying to paint the picture. But my dad was like, you told him right. So... But yeah, man, it's crazy. These kids, man, and I don't know. Sometimes you feel like I wanted more than you,
right?
And you kind of got to peel back sometimes. But like, if you want it, you got to get it,
right?
And it's gonna be up to you. I can't want this for you. And I tell them that all the time. I can't want it for you. Yeah. It's up to you. So
I tell my youngest that all the time.
But I said, but if this is what you say you want, this is what's required of it. Mm-hmm. And I said, that effort you put out there today, I don't ever want to see that again.
Hey,
so
I'm with you there.
That's how that went, man.
Okay. My week went breezy. My kids are at the youth conference.
Oh yeah.
For church. So I had seen them.
They somebody else's responsibility.
Yeah, they somebody else's responsibility. Clearly, I can care less. I reached out to them. Text them, say, hey, how you doing? Did y'all make it? Like, what's up? Like,
how responsible are your kids whenever you text them?
They haven't texted me back.
Oh, good. That sounds about
It's been 2 days. I FaceTimed them both days. I text them both days, and it's to the point where it's like, are you on? You got to be on your tablet because I can see on my phone like how much percentage your tablet on when it's on and stuff. So I'm like, are you ignoring me? Whatever. But they haven't texted me back. They haven't FaceTimed me back. My mom's down there, so I feel some kind of way. I mean, I feel some type of okay.
Oh, yeah, mom, yeah.
With my mom being down there with them. But my week been good, man. I just been chilling. House to myself, and
it's quiet.
It's clean, and everything is good. Food in the pantry. I ain't got to worry about that. So my week been pretty good. No complaints. Now they do come back on Sunday. So I'll have a little bit more next week. Them getting on my nerves, but as of now, it's been a breeze.
Oh well. I know. Shoot, we actually have a cruise coming up where it's already one thing to be home with your kids and your kids like all over you, but stuff like vacations and cruises, well, all they have is you to kind of. It's like I'm looking forward to the trip, the vacation, but that part I'm not looking forward to. Like, of course I'm a dad at all times, but it's like you really an on-call parent because ain't nowhere else for them to go except with you.
Right
where you go, they just right there. So enjoy. I say all that to say enjoy the breeze.
Yes,
enjoy the breeze.
Will be. That's what I'm definitely gonna do.
All right. Now we're gonna move on to our story time.
Story time. Put the kids to bed. We got a story to tell.
We got a story to tell. Now this one, and it's been a trendy thing for the last few years when people get married and have a wedding, they stipulate that kids aren't allowed at the wedding or whatever. So, excuse me. So I have a story here. I'm a mom who lives with my 7-year-old daughter and my husband. We don't live around any other family, and we have few friends. So asking anyone to watch our kid is a stretch most times. Well, a coworker of mine got married, but the invite said no children. Well, we're really close coworkers. I don't know why you wouldn't be friends with close, but anyway. We're really close coworkers, so I wouldn't dare not attend the wedding. So I figure I only have one kid. I'll bring my kid along. Well, the wedding day comes, and my kid is the only one there.
Of course. What did she say? Respect.
How
she said it like that?
Like, I thought I was. So the wedding goes on without a hitch. The bride and groom had a wonderful day. When the coworker came back to work, we're in the conference room, and she sits next to me and whispers with the tone, "Why'd you bring your kid?" I explained to her as if it's no big deal. Oh, I couldn't find anybody to watch my kid, so she came along. Well, she gave me an earful about how disrespectful it was and how I didn't follow the directions of the invitation. And if that's how I'm going to be, then she will no longer invite me to any other of her events. What say you?
I tend to agree with the bride because it's your day. It's not about you. I understand your situation. You ain't got family, but it's not about you.
Right.
It's about the wishes of the bride and the groom. And I feel like right there, it stops there. It's no conversation after that. The fact that you can't find a kid, I understand that. We best friends. I thought you would understand that.
Right.
Put yourself in our shoes. If you was getting married and I brought my kid,
listen,
she's 7 years old. She ain't no little baby. She ain't crying during the word ceremony. I know we done did weddings a couple times together, and the baby just been crying the whole ceremony.
Gosh, yeah.
But she's 7, so she kind of know what she do, what's right and wrong. So I'm thinking she's sitting still, she's quiet, she's not a disturbance, she's out the way. So I don't know if it sounds like it wasn't a problem.
Yeah,
it's just you just didn't go off her wishes. So now it sounds like the bride want to be petty. So it just depends on what side I want to take. I can see both sides.
I can see both sides. I definitely think it's a conversation. If y'all really as close as you said you were,
it should be no problem.
Well, not that it should be a problem, but I would have asked the
reached out,
coworker
right,
and said, "Hey, I want to come to your wedding, but I don't have anybody to watch my kid."
Right.
Then put the ball in their court.
Right.
If she's standing on the no kid thing.
Right.
But understand, if you stand on no kid thing, I can't come.
Right.
So I want to come. I got a kid. Don't have anybody to watch my kid. There's really no other alternative. Just understand that if I'm not at your wedding, it's not because I didn't want to be there. Just you said no kids. I have nobody to watch my kid. Now in that situation, she went with her husband, so I don't know
why the husband just didn't stay home.
With the kid. I don't know, but I definitely,
it just depends on what side you want to be on. But I can fight both sides.
I definitely see both sides of it.
Where I want to be on this one, I want to stand on the bride side because I feel like ultimately, for whatever reason, she decided she didn't want to have kids at her wedding.
Yeah.
And whether you my best friend or not, it's still my day. And at the end of the day, whether you like it or not, don't have family, don't have anybody to watch my kids, I made up this rule for a reason. Like you said, if we really close, you could have sent me a text. You could have reached out and said, "Hey, I really want to be there, but I ain't got nobody to watch my kids." And then put it in my pour, like, okay, well, bring, Sally, Nikki, or whatever. She'll be all right. That's cool.
Especially if she normally, I know.
Right, I know who she is. I was really pertaining this to 3-year-olds, 2-year-olds type things. She's 7, okay. But the fact that you didn't ask that, it seems like y'all wasn't really close at all. Are you trying to be sneaky and disrespectful at the point? So that makes me lean more on the bride side. And
it probably opened the bride and groom up to receiving questions from other people. They brought their kid. I had to get us babies. I had to spend money on the babysitter. So it's definitely like, I can understand both sides of the argument. But like you said, this is their day. This is what they said they wanted.
Right. Their wishes.
Obliged to it, And if you can't, you can't.
You can't.
But that's the conversation.
It's a conversation.
Hey, I got nobody to watch my kid. And then maybe she would have said, your husband don't have to come.
Right. I don't even know your husband.
I don't even know your husband. So you can come. And I understand if you have to leave early. You know, I
Right.
ain't saying you gotta stay home, but I want to see you there. See if your husband cool, which you probably would be if you don't know it like that. See if your husband cool with staying home with your daughter.
Right.
And boom, boom, boom. So
I don't see why if y'all was close friends and y'all work together,
Right.
y'all obviously sitting close to each other at meetings,
Right,
so y'all
right.
got some type of relationship. Why the text? It just seems like you trying to be sneaky, or you really know your friend, and I'm just gonna sneak her in there real quick because I know she's gonna say no, and I really want to go. I don't know.
Now, do you feel like it? Maybe even on the bride, maybe it was a bit much to be like, I won't invite you to nothing else, all that stuff.
If I'm a stand, I guess I gotta
You gotta
stand on the
business.
bride's side.
Stand on business.
I gotta stand on the bride's side since I picked up. I would have to fight for her. So I can see that because now I don't trust you.
Right.
Now the trust is broken, and it feel like you're gonna do whatever you want to do.
Yeah.
That sound like I'm talking about my youngest. You just feel like you can do
What
what
you wanna
you just feel like you can do whatever you want to do. It's consequences. They put people in jail that don't be listening. That's my conversation with my youngest.
You got a point with it. That little point got to be.
It just start escalating. Oh, you just feel like you want to do what you want to do. Oh, well, if you don't listen to mommy and daddy, you're not gonna listen to teacher. If you don't, they put people in jail. It just escalate real quick, and they lock you up. And now you in a room no bigger than this, and you ain't got no TV and no dogs, no tablet, and paper.
All because you want to do what you want to do.
It just escalate real quick, just like that.
And then too, especially with weddings, you know, some weddings can get pretty risque.
Right.
And so
You got
they probably send
liquor.
their kids for liquor.
You
And
got
then
music.
You have the part where the groom get the garter belt. That can
Right.
get-
It's a lot of stuff in there.
And I done seen videos. I don't have any friends or relatives that would go this far. But I done seen where it was like the bride almost do a strip tease and jump
Right.
like that. So there may be a reason was like, you know,
Well,
they
it's
said
just
no
maybe
kids.
because I know when I travel to resorts, I do the adults
Yeah,
only resorts, and it's not because
you
I
only
hate
fool- you
kids.
only
It's just
fool
because
over
I don't
other
feel
kids.
like
Right.
no kid running past me
I feel like hearing all that.
Right, it's all.
I feel like hearing
I don't feel like hearing all that. So it's just I understand the no kids thing because, like you said, we did a wedding. We do weddings. We record weddings, and it gets to the point where the baby just crying
Yeah.
the whole ceremony. And this is supposed to be my day, the day I've been waiting for, whatever. And I just don't want to cross that. And I'm sorry if you can't come,
Right,
but it's all about me today.
Right.
Tomorrow it could be about you, but today it's about me.
It's a conversation, man.
Right.
Like, if it really was like, dang, I don't have nobody to watch my kid. I want to come. Let me talk to her. And again, put the ball in her court. If
They
she
could have
like to bring
rotated. Bring the kid, y'all stay in the car. Hey, you stay in the car for the first half, husband, and then
Right.
I stay in the car for the second half, or
Right.
something. But don't bring her in here.
Don't bring her in here. Whatever you do, don't bring her in here. I don't care what you do out there.
It made me feel
I
so
would-
bad for the
I would
little
wanna see
kid.
her. Right, the
Because the
kid.
little kid don't know what's going on.
Kids just
She don't
in the car
know.
for hours. In the car for hours.
No, and she's sitting in the ceremony.
Oh,
Everybody
yeah.
looking at her
Everybody
like
keep-
she don't even know that she's not wanted here.
Right.
That she just ruined a friendship.
No, the kid is just sitting there like, it's boring.
Yes.
Because there's no other kids there. I'm ready. Is it time to go? And see, as a parent, that's aggravation I wouldn't want anyway.
Right,
My
I don't
kid
feel like-
constantly asking, are we about to go or when we going?
Right.
All this kind of stuff. So, yeah.
I can see both sides, but
Yeah.
I'm going to stand on the bride side.
That's the story time of the week. Don't forget to submit your stories.
Yes.
And your questions from earlier on
Yes.
the show to our Facebook group page, Instagram, our TikTok. Submit your stories and your questions to Let Me Tell You I Hate My Kids podcast on all platforms, YouTube, wherever you find us, and we will be happy to share them on the show.
Yes, parents, yes. And don't forget that we up. Don't let these kids get you down. We are the future. We are the only ones who matter.
We the only ones who matter. We pay the bills, not them.
See you next week, parents.
See y'all next week.
Daddy, where's mommy?